There's been some major upgrades to the Predator's moving average trading system.
Upgrades.
This includes some added moving average types, a cleaned up user interface, and we've even added a third trend moving average so you can filter out your trades even more. Now, let's go over some examples so we can understand how the system works and how we can use it to either enter at a crossover or use moving averages to filter out any other auto entry you select within the Predator. To get things started, I'm going to show you how to enable a moving average crossover entry. First thing, we need to be in either hybrid or classic Predator mode. This is going to enable our auto entry section. Once we have this enabled, just scroll down to the Show MA Cross button, select that option, and here we will see two options. You have your fast moving average and you have your slow moving average. In order to enter a trade, your fast moving average must cross above the slow moving average, and that is going to enter you long. And when your fast moving average crosses below the slow moving average, you're going to enter into a short trade. Now, for those who have used the Predator before, this might look a little bit different, but it all works pretty much the same as before. Here, you can select any sort of moving average type that you want. So your EMA, SMA, VMA, and yes, we've even added the VWAP. You can also select the period that you want, and depending on the moving average you select, you will see whatever options pertain to that specific MA. So for example, EMA, we just have a period. If we go down to gamma, we have our fast and our slow as well. And VMA, we have our period and our volatility period as well. So really, we're just seeing the options that matter to the MA we're working with. And if you want to customize how your moving average looks, you can go to Customize Visual. Here you can customize the width, the line. If you want a different color, that is completely up to you. But we've hidden it behind this checkbox just to clean things up a little bit. And you have the exact same options for your slow moving average. You can select your MA type. So again, let's just do VWAP to show an example. You can customize the visuals for this as well. That is going to be completely up to you. But the main thing that we need in order to enter a trade at a moving average crossover, we need to select this option, Enter at MA Cross. Once we have this selected, this is going to tell the Predator that yes, we are looking for an MA cross. When we detect one, we're going to enter a trade. And this option is the exact same as when we enable this as the top right hand corner, the MA cross button. When it is white, that means it is checked, it is ready to enter trades. If you click it, it goes transparent. That means we are no longer looking for MA crossover entries. So let's just select that, and I'm going to hit play. So our blue line is our fast moving average, and our yellow line is our VWAP, our slow moving average. So once the blue line crosses, it's going to enter a short trade because we crossed below, and it's going to execute whatever order you had set. This can be literally anything. I have another video on that.
Order filled.
But this is just an example for now. And now we crossed up to the long side, so our fast moving average crossed above, and we enter long.
Order filled.
So that's all there really is to this crossover entry. Let's go back into the properties and modify this a little bit more. All right, now back in the properties, this is one that was highly requested. It's finally added into the Predator, is the trend moving average. And this is just a third moving average that's going to help us filter out our trades even more. And yes, we can use this to filter out our MA crossovers as well. So when it comes to MA crossovers, if we choose to have an extra filter, it's just going to take long crossovers that happen above our moving average, and it's only going to take short crossovers that happen below this moving average. So I'm just going to leave it at 200. I think that's pretty good for an MA crossover. And I'm going to come up here now to the MA filter auto entries. We need to have this selected now in order to use our moving averages to filter out our trades. This was not an option in previous versions. This is just for the latest release. So again, any auto entry that you want filtered out, make sure this is selected. So hit apply. We're going to run the same thing just to see how it works. All right, so our purple line is our third trend MA. So right now we are just looking for long crossovers. So here it crossed to the short side, but because we're still above this moving average, it doesn't enter a trade. It's just going to wait until we enter to the long side. And because we're above that trend moving average, then we can enter a trade. And that's basically all there is to these MA crossover entries. Now let's go back into the properties and I'll show you how we can filter out other auto entries using these MAs. Next part, we're going to go over how to filter out our other auto entries using these moving averages. That's any one of these options found in the auto entry section. For this example, I'm just going to use the reversal just to keep things simple, but this will work with engulf, bars in a row, inside bars, or your MA super trend cross, or yes, even your custom signal entries as well. So I'm just going to select reversal. I'm going to trade reversals. I'm going to color them in just so we can quickly see how these work. Next, you want to scroll down to the O3 indicator section and select that option. From here, you can see your fast moving average. Now I'm just going to enable, and we'll do something simple like a 21 SMA. This could be anything you want. And I'm going to hit apply and load this on the chart just so we can see how it works. Now, when we're just filtering out with one moving average, how it works is it's only going to take long trades if they happen above the moving average, and it's only going to take short trades if they happen below the moving average. If you're using an auto entry like reversal, where it colors the candles in, you will be able to see which candles are valid for entry. So let's just scroll back. Here we can see a bullish reversal formed above our moving average, so it would have been valid for an entry. Over here we see a bearish reversal, but it formed above the moving average. It is not colored in because it would not have been valid for an entry. We keep going. We see a bullish reversal. Again, not colored in because we are below the moving average. This would not have gone long. But we see a bearish reversal. This one is colored in because again, we are below the moving average. So this would have been a valid short. We scroll over here. Again, another bullish, under, not valid. Bearish over, not valid. Bullish over is valid. Now let's add another moving average into the mix. So we scroll down to our slow moving average. We enable this. And yeah, let's do a 50 SMA. And again, guys, make sure if you're filtering out using these moving averages, have this option selected. This is only available in the newest versions. If you do not see this, you need to upgrade your version. But once we have our second moving average selected, let's hit apply. And I'm going to enable it. All right, when we add a second moving average to the mix, it's going to tighten our criteria. In order to enter long, we can see over here only these bullish reversals are valid because we have our fast moving average is above our slow moving average, and our trade also happens above the fast moving average. So in order to enter long, everything has to be bullish. Fast above, price above. So here you can see the bearish reversal was under the fast moving, but it was not below the slow moving average. That's why it's not colored in. It is not valid. The bullish is above both. The fast is above the slow. It is valid for an entry. Same with this one that is colored in. Valid for an entry. This one, just like before, it's a bearish reversal above or fast, not valid. Now, if we keep scrolling, again, this bullish is below, not valid. This bearish, however, if we see it is below the fast, it is below the slow, but it is not colored in because the fast moving average is still above the slow. That means we are not valid for an entry. If this fast moving average came down here and it was below, it would have colored in. And again, this bullish is below everything, not valid for a long. But once we scroll up here, our fast moving average is above our slow and the bullish candle is above both. This would have been a valid long entry. And yes, you can add a third moving average to tighten your criteria even more if you choose to. And guys, I just want to note that it doesn't matter which one you use, whether you're using a fast, slow trend. You can change this to whatever you want. If you want to use a 200 SMA, you don't have to get all the way to a trend MA. You can just adjust this to a 200 SMA and just have this running. Just because the name is a fast moving average doesn't mean you have to actually use a faster moving average. You can define these however you want. But we're going to show one last example with 3 MAs. This one we'll use VWAP again, just because it's been highly requested. So I'm going to hit apply, and I'm going to enable. All right, with a third moving average, we are going to tighten the criteria even more. This might have been a little bit too much for the bars I'm using, but we're using it as an example anyways. So when you're using 3 moving averages, when we're entering short, we can see these bearish reversals are valid, and that is because our fast is on the bottom, our slow is in the middle, and our final trend moving average, that is our VWAP, is at the top. So for shorts, your fast needs to be on the bottom, slow in the middle, trend at the top. And the price must also be under the fast moving average. So here we barely got it, but it was valid. And then for longs, it's the complete opposite. You need your fast to be on top, your slow to be in the middle, and your trend to be all the way at the bottom. Here you can see there's no valid long entries because our trend is still at the top. Over here, it's still between the fast and the slow, so it is not valid. And with this, we don't actually get another valid long entry until we scroll all the way to the right here, when the fast is on the top, our slow is in the middle, and our trend is all the way at the bottom, and the price is also above the fast moving average. So that's all there really is. It's just a way to filter out your trades even more if you're trying to maintain a certain direction. But I hope you find these updates useful. If you have any requests, let me know in the comments, let me know on Discord. I write everything down. But as always, take care, enjoy.